presents coverage of the high school football playoffs. Tonight, it's a Class 6A quarterfinal matchup between the Totino Grace Eagles, the number 5 seed in the 6A playoffs, and the number 4 seed, the Osseo Orioles. From the Metrodome, John Jacobson and Joe Moline. And Joe, it's been 20 years since an Osseo team reached the state playoffs. A big deal for their program, for Totino Grace. A big deal because they're in Class 6A this year, the largest class, and here they are in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, you know, you look at the way these two teams got here. Very proud of their victories last week. But it's interesting. I'm really going to be interested to watch how these two teams come out here tonight, because you got Totino Grace back at the Metrodome where they're so used to being. It's kind of business as usual. And Osseo so fired up here tonight inside the Metrodome, first time under Coach Lamker. And as Coach Lamker told us, a lot of the kids have never been to the Metrodome before, so they're very excited, very pumped up. They're going to have to take that energy and turn it into good things early in this game.
These teams played in the regular season finale, with Osseo winning 28-14 to win the West Division of the Northwest Suburban Conference. So what do we expect this time around, playing each other again so soon after that last meeting?
Well, I think, you know, Totino Grace has to have a little bit of revenge on their minds, and they're going to want to try to get back and correct some of the things that they did. They turned the ball over a couple of key times in that game. One thing Totino Grace did better than Osseo, which was kind of unusual, is they passed the football a little bit better. So with that, Osseo ran the football really well. Totino Grace is going to stiffen up a little bit up front. They're going to have to try to improve in that area, but Osseo, in a way, thinks that they didn't show their best passing game yet against this Totino Grace team, and they're kind of excited to be inside here tonight and show off that passing game here this evening.
Let's look at our key players tonight, starting with the Eagles and Lance Bennick, a guy who's kind of an all-around guy on offense, and one that's going to be key tonight. Can run the ball, can catch the ball, and he's got 3 touchdowns here in the playoffs.
Yeah, the reason why we're focusing on him is he makes winning plays. You know, he's the 4th leading rusher and 2nd leading passer receiver, but he makes some of the big plays. A lot of those touches go for touchdowns, and he makes a lot of big catches. Had a couple in that Osseo game when they played earlier in the season, made a couple of big grabs downfield. They're going to need him to make some big ones tonight.
And for Osseo on the offensive side of the ball, you know, we've talked a lot about Connor Kittleson this year, but the other guy, the other wide receiver, I shouldn't say the other, one of the other wide receivers who's had a very good season is Josh Goldschmidt.
Well, why it feels like it's the other guy, it's because they're both 6'3", very imposing wide receivers, and they both seem to grab everything within their reach. Now, Kittleson sometimes gets some of the bigger plays, but Goldschmidt, I think, makes a lot of the big, tough catches across the middle. He makes a lot of those first down receptions. 8 touchdowns in the regular season, 1 in the postseason, and he makes a lot of big plays. And again, tonight, when just extending the possession, getting those first downs on a big 3rd down play is so important, he's going to be a big key here tonight.
We talked a couple moments ago about the experience that Totino Grace used to playing in this building. And some of these players certainly have played here before, where it's a new experience for Osseo. Doesn't matter once the game starts, or we're going to see some nerves and just getting used to the field, more so perhaps for Osseo?
I think time will tell, because I really do think, you know, you get so amped up here. Osseo came out of the gate. I mean, they were fired up in the tunnel there, and they still had 30 minutes till kickoff. So you kind of got to try to keep some of that energy. That's the kind of thing that kind of comes with experience. I think Totino Grace, fortunately for the Eagles, has that experience when coming into the Dome. They know how to kind of treat it. They know how to go about their business. Will that translate onto the field? We'll see here tonight. But Osseo has a lot of energy here coming in tonight, and they won this game earlier, so they have a couple things going in their way. But again, they got to channel that energy and not let it all out in that first play.
That should be a great game. The winner gets number 1 Eden Prairie in the state semifinals here next Friday night. We'll take a break, come back, and kick this one off. Totino Grace Osseo State Football Playoffs next on 12 Sports.
A Brooklyn Park church received some unwelcome visitors this past weekend.
Volunteers really do have their work cut out for them. They'll be inspecting 23,000 residential lots and city boulevards.
The problem began when the railroad decided to increase the train's speed. In the process, they had to raise a portion of the track over here.
Fire crews got a call around 4 Friday morning from a passerby alerting them to a deck fire.
This time, little lob for Winnicky, trying to go up and get it. Touchdown! Last here for the Minnesota Vikings in the Metrodome Mall of America Field as we get ready for Osseo Totino Grace High School football. The Orioles 9-1 on the season. Their only loss coming to Minnetonka in week 2. Totino Grace with a loss to Eden Prairie in week 3. And of course to Osseo in week 8 of the regular season. Totino Grace will receive the opening kickoff. Simon Tao to kick off for the Orioles. Carlton Jam back deep for Totino Grace along with Ben Mazinga. This will be Jam and his 6. Now to the 20, 30, big hole up the middle. Carlton Jam out across the 40 and out to midfield and into Osseo territory, and a great opening kickoff to the game.
You see the kick goes down to the hash mark. He doesn't have to move to make that catch. That's kind of the first mistake, because you want to kick that ball more down the middle unless you're intentionally kicking it to the side to allow your defense to circle in on him. But it looked like that was not intentionally kicked to that side. Caught the kickoff team off guard a little bit.
Seth Sewald very steady in the postseason, completing 68% of his passes. He's going to drop back at first down. He's intercepted. Picked off by Osseo and return to the 40 of Totino Grace. Quentin Perkins with the pick.
Well, Totino Grace found great success in their first matchup through the play-action passing game. So they come on a first down, not really a play-action fake. They use Barber to pick up the defensive end, a chip on the end, no fake at all, and simply just a good drop by Perkins puts him in the line of fire right there, and he makes no mistake securing that interception. And after a big kickoff by Totino Grace, Osseo quickly puts the momentum back on their side with the turnover.
First down and 10, Osseo at the Totino Grace 40. Handoff on first down. It goes to Jamin Hampton. Second effort gets him 4 yards to the 36. Hampton and Prince Crua have been a nice 1-2 punch for this Osseo rushing attack. There's Hampton a lot early, but Crua has been getting more of the yardage in the latter half of the season, Joe.
Yeah, he's been able to break off some big plays later in the season, giving him good reason to get the football often.
Medke, quick throw. Gallamieu, the reception, and he's brought down for no gain, probably even a loss of 1 on the play. He was tackled by Brennan Swan, who had some help. Call it no gain. It'll be third down and 6.
They put Joshua Riley Phillips, the tight end, in the backfield there as a fullback in the I formation, and did a 3-wide receiver set, trying to highlight their talented slot receiver right there. But Totino Grace's defense did a good job reacting and getting to the football.
Goldschmidt wide to the left. Kittleson top of your screen. 3 backs on third down and 6 for Osseo. Medke looking over to head coach Darren Lampker, giving instructions to his offense and back up to the line of scrimmage. Quick throw on 3rd and 6, and a catch made at the 29-yard line for a first down by Josh Goldschmidt. Started to slip as he made his cut, Joe, but was able to make the catch. It's a 7-yard gain and a first down.
Exactly why we featured him in our pregame there was those big third down receptions that Goldschmidt's becoming very known for here for Osseo. The blitz came right there. Medke had to get rid of that football quickly. Goldschmidt does a great job reacting to a pass that was not very accurate.
First down and 10. This is Crua. Sidesteps a tackler down the sideline, knocked out of bounds at the 24. Pickup of close to 6 yards.
Key block by Justin Ekior here on the outside. Take a look at the tight end. 5 gets a good block. Riley Phillips, and then Ekior gets a good block on the outside too. Allows the Osseo running back to get the edge.
Second down and 4. Crua lining up behind Medke. Good opening drive for Osseo on a short field. 2nd and 4 from the 24. Medke to throw. He's going for Kittleson. And off his hands and incomplete. Boy, he's caught a lot of those passes this year. Couldn't come up with this one. Ben Mazinga got turned around a little bit on the coverage, and it's incomplete. It's 3rd and 4.
Mazinga, in my mind, is probably the best athlete on the defense for Totino Grace. He's very talented, and he bit a little bit. Medke did a little bit of a ball fake, not a complete pump fake, but it was enough to throw off Mazinga, and that's why Mazinga let the receiver get behind him.
Darren Lampker, 9th year head coach here at Osseo, Armstrong High School graduate, All-American in college at Augsburg. 3rd down and 4. Give us to Krua. Bounces off a couple of Grace players, but then they stand him up at the 20. Still going, no whistle yet. Finally a whistle as he's shoved out of bounds. It looks like he'll be a little bit short, but Joe pretty close to a first down. Probably a half a yard to go on 4th.
You know, I love what the officials did there in letting this play out because he was getting pushed back a little bit, but they kind of sensed that he was making some forward progress and nearly got that first down.
Medke, not a made. It looks like he got hit before he got back to the line of scrimmage, and Grace is going to take over on downs. TJ McDonald, the junior linebacker, comes up, makes the hit on Medke, and it's Grace football. Watch the play again.
A great penetration up the middle allowed Medke to go more to the outside, but it was Michael Waters who was waiting for him on the outside, and that's a great adjustment by Totino Grace's defense from the first matchup that these teams had. Medke had to have about 5 or 6 first down runs with that similar quarterback sneak on a quick snap in that first matchup, and Totino Grace now here is adjusted in the state quarterfinals.
So 1st down and 10 for Grace from their 21. And inside handoff, this is Kez Flomo out past the 30 to the 33-yard line. It's a 1st down for Grace and a pickup of a dozen yards. Make it 13, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Take a look at 63, Joseph Weiler, great block on the outside, got his hand to the outside a little bit. Osseo probably wanted a holding call on that play, but that one goes uncalled and allows the Eagles to get a 1st down with that good block.
Ty Barber lined up behind Sewell on 1st and 10. He'll get the call here. Whistle, though. This play blown dead. Delay of game on Totino Grace.
The play clock at the Metrodome is on here tonight, too, so not all teams have play clocks at their home stadiums, but it is on here. So with the coaches, after that first delay game penalty of Totino Grace, you're going to have someone on the sidelines be aware of that clock and call timeouts in that situation.
1st and 15, now back to the 29. Look at the Eagles starting offense. Denick in motion, Barber gets the carry. A little hesitation out across the 30, the 32, gain of 3. Last one off the pile for Osseo, Denny Findlay.
It looked like there was a little bit of a read option element to that play right there, and Sowell decided to give it to the fullback up the hole there. Thought he had some running room, got a couple of yards, not back to the original line of scrimmage yet.
Second and 12. The give is to Jam, who's hit almost immediately and thrown down. Andrew Landers on the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Landers absolutely blows up this play. Watch the pulling right tackle comes over to block him, and he just gets off the block. Makes a great play in the hole there. Landers had 15 tackles and a forced fumble and a recovery in their first matchup against Totino Grace. Makes a big play right there.
First 3rd down for Totino Grace. First quarter scoreless, and Sewell's going to take timeout. Look at Jeff Ferguson, 12th year as head coach at Totino Grace. 7 state championships. Joe, many of those in Class 4A. Last year, Class 5A. Now this season, they're playing in the biggest class, the super class, 6A.
You know, I looked at him and then Coach Grant for Eden Prairie, who was here before this game in their quarterfinal matchup, and I think of the Metrodome in high school football. I think of Ferguson and Grant, how successful they've been here. For Grant the last 20 years, Ferguson the last 10, and you know, they're going to be a little sad when this place gets torn down. I mean, I think they're going to need a little monument next to the Herschel Walker one. Although I don't think they're making a Herschel Walker monument, but I mean, whatever they decide to do here when they tear down the Metrodome in terms of kind of showing off the history, maybe they'll do some high school history as well, because those guys have been very successful inside the dome.
Last meeting, 28-14, high scoring second half. Not much going on until the fourth quarter of that game, scoring-wise. And a big third down play, the quick throw and catch. It's Ben Mazinga on the grab, and it's a first down for Grace. Joe, a pickup of 11.
And you see Mazinga just catches this ball on the run. A highly accurate throw allows him to catch that ball in stride and get to the outside. Osseo was not ready for that play as he caught that ball on the go, and an excellent execution on that play for Totino Grace to extend the possession.
First and 10 from the 45. This is Jam across midfield. Breaks a tackle inside the 40. Carlton Jam is in the open. He's down inside the 20 and down to the 17-yard line of Osseo.
Jam is certainly earning his touches. Boy, the first kickoff return of the game almost took it all the way, and then look at this run. Big hole opened up. Good job by the offensive line. But then he gets to that second level with such momentum. And look at the balance he has, bouncing off Oriole defenders, getting upfield, and finding soft spots in the defenses as he progresses all the way down into the red zone.
Gain of 38 yards, first and 10 from the 17 of Osseo. The give is to Barber. Nice hole for him up the middle. Diving for the end zone. And he is going to be marked down just shy, within a foot of the end zone. It'll be first and goal.
Another big hole opened up by this offensive line. Great double team up front. And then look at the block he gets downfield from Bennick. Excellent block downfield, allowing him to get all the way to the goal line. And the referees probably should have awarded him with a touchdown. I thought he had it.
Very close. It'll be first down and goal. Sewald will give to Bennick, who's in for a touchdown. And Totino Grace leads 6-0.
A great drive by Totino Grace, capitalizing. I got to go back to that big third down play when they set up Ben Mazinga for that third down conversion. That was a big one. Totino Grace in the first matchup between Osseo and Totino Grace, they were only 3 of 12 on third down. That was a big one. Keep that possession alive. Where Osseo was unable to convert on their first possession, third down and short, Totino Grace does convert on third down and long. Advantage Totino Grace, up 7-0.
Yeah, but now 6-0, Joe, as Evan Joe missed the extra point. So it remains 6-0 right now. Look at the touchdown again.
I thought in that first matchup between these two teams, the tougher team up front was the Orioles. They were rewarded with the victory, but on this drive right here, give the Eagles offensive line all kinds of credit. Great job, impact up front, up the middle, and then off tackle with a good pull around block, kicking out the outside of that speedy Osseo defense to get into the end zone. We talked about earlier in this game as well about Osseo and the big bright lights of the Metrodome and how are they going to react. They've come out here and seem to have the right kind of energy. Now it's how are they going to do facing this adversity, being down 6-0.
Look at the extra point and just pulled straight left by Evan Jobin. So 6-0, 5:56 to play here in the first quarter. Jobin ready, gets the kick away, so it'll be Gallamieu at the 10. Out to the 20. 30-yard line and pushed out of bounds at the 34. Be good field position for Osseo. Joe, you talked about, if you look at the kickoff return again, the adversity in Osseo coming back after the touchdown drive. It's not only that, it's, I'm sure, the offense feeling, boy, we really had a chance to score on that opening drive and not taking advantage of that early interception by Perkins and not turning it into points when we had a shot.
Yep, how will they react to that? I mean, I think, you know, they were moving the ball pretty well. That's why it was surprising to see them get stalled out there on that 3rd down and short and then a 4th down and short.
Play action. Medke's going to go deep. Overshoots Goldschmidt. That was almost picked off by Mazinga. Good coverage.
Got a flag there,
and a
John.
flag comes down.
It came from the side judge, though. It came from the official that was not nearest to the football. He was watching it from a different angle. He thought Mazinga got a little bit too much contact in there. And Mazinga, I thought, pretty good coverage. Yeah, physical, but nothing really out of the ordinary. Maybe a little bit of hand fighting there.
Right.
Coach Ferguson unhappy with it on his sidelines.
Ten-yard penalty moves it out to the 44 of Osseo. End of the ground game. This is Hampton. Run out to the 49-yard line. Good first down run of 5 yards.
Good push up the middle there on that 1st down play, trying to get back to the ground game after taking a shot downfield. Watch that matchup between Mazinga and Kittleson. It's going to be a good one all night long. And
gaining the edge on the left. This is Kua down the sideline, stays in bounds, and is brought down at the 9. It'll be 1st down and goal for Osseo. Gain of 40 for Prince Kua.
Kua's got that end zone speed. He's got a second jet he turns on, and look at him get to the edge here. Osseo runs those stretch plays, and they usually get pretty good yardage on him, and a lot of times he's going to go out of bounds there and get a pickup of 8 or 9 yards. Instead, he shows tremendous balance, stays in bounds, gets downfield, nearly puts it in the end zone.
So 1st down and goal, and they'll stay on the ground. And it'll be a carry inside the 5 for Krua, down to the 3-yard line. They're right back up to the line of scrimmage, Joe. Medke under center. He'll give to Ekior, spinning toward the end zone. He's in for a touchdown. Justin Ekior, the junior tailback, a 3-yard run, and Osseo's tied it up.
Ekior got to the edge there, and he kind of had a decision to make. And he did the right thing by getting north and south. A lot of times running backs will try to get further to the outside. He'd have been tackled then at the 1-yard line. Instead, he put his head down, went low against the defender.
Extra point attempt from Ellie Kane is up and through. And Osseo does respond nicely, Joe. They come down, 66-yard drive, capped off by this short run.
Well, and I like the way that Osseo responds quickly, too, because that takes the momentum that Totino Grace had built up and just puts it right back on their side. And you see the way he flipped over the top of the tackler of Totino Grace to end up into the end zone. It's kind of fortunate the way that his momentum on that flip took him into the end zone, because he was hit just outside of the end zone. But Ekior puts it into the end zone, and I like seeing him get 6 because we've been watching him all season long. A number of games we've done, and I always notice how good of a job he does blocking for his other running backs downfield. Nice little reward for the junior to get into the end zone.
Osseo up 7-6, 4:38 to play, first quarter. Tau to kick off. Remember, Jam had the big kickoff return to start the game. And a short little pooch kick and a bounce at the 38. Scramble for the football. They're still wrestling forward, and it's Grace football.
Yeah, Daryl Wyndham got a good little bounce, number 3 for Totino Grace. That ball bounced right into his midsection, and he secured it. Otherwise, if he doesn't come up with this, there's a lot of orange jerseys coming in on him. But watch 3 right there, he's got it. And look at how many Orioles are surrounding him, just waiting, chomping at the bits, hoping he lets loose.
First and 10, the Eagles from their 38. It's Flomo that came in motion, stops, gets the carry out past the 40 and to the 42, gain of 4. Tackle by Perkins. Second down and 6, maybe closer to 5.
Right now, Totino Grace is getting really good movement on that left side of the offensive line. Tyler Wilson, the tackle. Joseph Wheeler, the left guard, and then pulling around that time. Braden Kervita did a good job. They're really getting a good movement there on that left side.
Give to Flomo again. Jumps out past the 45 to the 47-yard line. Scott Hildebrand on the tackle. Be a yard shy of the first down, 3rd and 1.
Saul Landers again, the linebacker for Totino, or for Osseo rather, does a good job of jumping in the hole when he thinks he knows where that ball is going. He jumped in the gap there, took on the blocker, and knocked up the feet of the running back, but just didn't get the stop at the line of scrimmage he would have liked.
Give us the Barber hit in the backfield, but that young man's got enough strength where he falls forward, or drives forward, I should say, for a yard and a half at a first down.
Yeah, Barber, 5'10", 220 pounds, simply runs over the Osseo Oriole who hit him in the backfield there. And I believe that was Abraham Johnson, who stands 5'10", 165, so Barber won that battle.
Kai Barber, 4 carries, 23 yards. 1st and 10, Eagles from their 48. It's jam in motion. He'll get the carry, left side, around the edge, and is down near the 40-yard line of Osseo. There'll be another first down. Gain of 11.
Again, good things happening on the left side there. Getting out there and blocking out on the edge. Tyler Wilson gets up to the linebacker level, and it was Wheeler, the guard, who kind of swung out and bubbled and picked up any orange jersey he saw. Nice design on that play.
6th first down of the first quarter for the Eagles. Fresh set of downs from the 40. Play action. Sewald going deep. He's got a man wide open. Oh, and dropped by Flomo. That was 6. Oh, my goodness.
That is the epitome of blown coverage. There wasn't an Oriole within 20 yards. Look at him come out of the backfield. Nobody with him. There's nobody on him at all. Coming off late. Downfield was Naikundi, but he really did not affect that play at all. He was coming off coverage that he had downfield. Oh boy. That's a tough one to let go of your Totino Grace.
Yeah. 2nd down and 10. Inside handoff, it's Flomo. Now close to the 35 and then driven back. Be 3rd down and 6.
I would imagine maybe 4 down territory here for the Eagles. So a couple of cracks at this 5 yards.
Flomo becomes the eye back. Play action. Sewald throwing. Completion. First down. 25-yard line. Grace keeps the drive going. A flag comes out late. Alex Spevacek on the catch. And let's check out the penalty. Dead ball foul. Personal foul on Totino Grace.
They said it was on Bennick. So watch number 10. Bennick, you see him downfield. He's going to be blocking after the catch. So Bennick right here, and there's the hit. Boy.
Yeah.
And he hurt him too, because that's Cortez Stanley. And Cortez Stanley was grabbing at his kind of rib chest area after that play. He got shaken up pretty good with that hit. Stayed in the game. hustle play by Bennett, but he got to stop when the whistle blows or when the whistle's about to blow, because that just looks dirty otherwise. He was trying to make a big hit.
So it's 1st down and 10. They get the 1st down, then they mark off the penalty. So it's 1st and 10 back near the 40 as Bennett gets the call on 1st down and gets nothing. 2nd and 10.
Nice adjustment there. You see Quentin Perkins shoots the gap, gets in the backfield there. Also chasing it down from the backside there was Landers. Tremendous job. And you gotta, number one, Rich Davis is the one that really blew up that play. The defensive end there stood in there strong, took on a couple of blockers, got some backfield penetration.
2nd down and 10. They give it to Flomo. 35-30. 1st down to the 25 of Osseo to the 24. Tackled by Denny Findley. Pick up a 15.
That's classic Totino Grace football right there. Get a little motion, give him a little head start, hand it off to him, and then get great blocking on the outside. Excellent block by Spevacek out there on the outside, allowing that run to go for a 1st down.
1st and 10. Those are the football just inside the Osseo 25. Bouncing out and inside the 20 now to the 19. It's a gain of 6 for Kai Barber. And it'll be the last play of the quarter. Time of possession will be in favor of Totino Grace, no doubt, at that end of the quarter, but on the scoreboard, it's still Osseo leading. For now, it's 7-6. Orioles ahead of the Eagles with Totino Grace driving. We'll take a break, come back. 2nd quarter football from the Metrodome after this.
Osseo, Crystal, and Plymouth. Channel 12 is your local source.
Intercepted. This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed puts it away and Hopkins advances.
Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Champ.
Channel 12, your local source.
Friday night, some of these same fans have been down in St. Paul the last couple of mornings to follow the Osseo volleyball team. The Orioles losing in the semifinals this morning against Delano. They'll play for 3rd place Saturday afternoon, and it's been a great season for them. 29-2 now on the season. Back to football, though. We got a 2nd down and 4 for Totino Grace. They're at the 19 of Osseo as we start the 2nd quarter. John Jacobson and Joe Moline. Handoff, Kez Flomo hit and no gain. Nice tackle by Quentin Perkins. Met him head on. Joe makes this tackle. And 0 yards for Kez on that run.
Yeah, so with this offense for Totino Grace, your linebackers are reading the pulling guard. When you see the opposite guard pull to that side, you're trying to hit that gap, get in the backfield before that play kind of takes shape. And that's what Perkins did in that play. Read his key very well, did a good job of getting in the hole and making that play.
3rd and 4. Flomo got the handoff and he's dropped for a loss. Rich Davis with the tackle for loss back at the 24.
Well, that's the philosophy behind having these speedy, well, usually he plays defensive end, but that time he came from like a linebacker spot, John. Look at him come. He walks up. He was at the defensive end spot. He walked around the defensive tackle and snuck in there. That's just a great wrinkle in the defense for Osseo to come up with a big stop.
And give him forward progress to the 22, so it's 4th down and 7 to go for the Eagles. From there, they'll go for it here. Sewald under center, play action, has time to throw, going toward the end zone, and it is caught by Mazinga. Touchdown, Totino Grace.
Oh man, Ryan Swenson has to look at his glove and wonder if there's a hole in his hand. He was there to make the play, tried to swat at it and just missed. It was excellent coverage, but a better throw and catch on the part of Totino Grace. And Mazinga, again, I think we're going to call his name a lot here tonight. He's all over the field defensively. helping shut down Kittleson. And offensively, he has, I think, the biggest third down conversion of the night, and now another one right there on that touchdown reception.
They missed on the extra point try the first time, so they'll go for 2 here. Rollout, Sewald throwing and too far. Pass Spevacek and incomplete, so it remains 12-7 Grace.
This is the touchdown play. Watch Sewald. Good play action fake, sets his feet, gets some air under that football, and throws an absolute strike. Mazinga in pretty tight coverage. Does a good job of just getting a little distance between him and the defender. Goes up, makes the catch. Touchdown Grace. Oh, Swenson, how do you miss that? He almost made a mistake, I think, John, by swinging at it too hard. Just put your hand up and let it hit it. And here's the 2-point conversion. Sewald, perfect play call. It's open. Just puts perhaps a little bit too much mustard on that one. Need a little bit more air.
So I think Kes Flomo can feel a little better about his drop. That would have been a touchdown because they do at the end of the day and finish that drive with a score.
He's off the hook.
12-7 Eagles here early in the second quarter. Gallaview fields this one at the 6. 15-20 and out to the 22. Special teams tackle made by Andrew Metz. And Osseo will start inside its 25 for the first time tonight.
Coach Lamker has to feel kind of like a fish out of water right now. I mean, he's only down by 5 points, but he's barely been able to call an offense here tonight. They just haven't had the ball that much. And he loves having control of the game and having the offense with the ball in their hands. Let's see how he reacts now down 5.
First down, Hampton, quick throw and catch, broken tackle in the open, down to the 45. It's Goldschmidt into Grace territory and bumped out of bounds at the 35.
Well, you take what the defense is giving you, and Goldschmidt had a big gap right there with the cornerback off him. There's a great distance. Osseo sees it, they throw it to him, and look at that. He's got 7 yards to make up for, and Goldschmidt's a good athlete. He gets away from the initial tackler, and then you see his speed getting downfield. You got Mazinga covering the best athlete probably for Totino Grace, covering now. Mazinga's actually switching sides and going to get on Goldschmidt.
Gain of 44. Hampton on the first down run inside the Grace 30 down to the 29-yard line. Tackle made by Brendan Ogedo along with Brennan Swan. 2nd and 5 coming up on the 3rd carry tonight for Jamin Hampton. He'll remain in the backfield with Ikior. Rollout, Medke throws, completion. 25-yard line to the 24, and it's a first down. It's Justin Ikior that had the touchdown in the first quarter. Gets the gain here.
Ikior is a great weapon to have because he blocks just as effectively as that big kind of meathead fullback that a lot of teams have, but he's a little bit more of an athlete. He catches the ball and makes a nice play afterwards to get that first down.
Meathead fullback?
Yep, fullbacks are usually just meatheads.
First down and 10 run inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. Ikior getting a 2nd straight touch. And a gain of 5, so Osseo again, Joe responding off the Grace scoring drive, and then look at them, they're in the red zone. Edkeel handoff, and tougher going this time. Grace defense ready to handle Hampton. They gain of just 1 and set up 3rd down and 4.
This is a situation here in old Osseo games. They like to kind of throw that slant fade option to their wide receivers, and you got Goldschmidt up top. But he's with one-on-one with Mazinga. They're doubling up Kittleson on the near side of the field. Looks like they just dropped the linebacker in there to take the slant away. Osseo's going to have to call timeout. I really, truly believe they were looking to run a slant to the left side there, and Totino Grace reacted. They put Rogers, the linebacker, into that area where you'd throw that slant, took that play away. Osseo takes the timeout.
Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. We've got 8 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in an entertaining first half of high school football.
It's interesting element here too on the sidelines. They just called Iki over to get in the huddle. He was off the sidelines and they wanted him to come into play. They were going to design a play for him possibly, but he's shaken up a little bit. So then they realized the reason why he wasn't in there is because he's got a sore left leg, something kind of injury. So then they noticed that he limped into the huddle and they took him back out. So now another play is being called from Osseo.
Hampton and Crua in the back are the backs. 3rd down and 4. Osseo at the Totino Grace 18-yard line.
Watch the quick snap here.
And they give to Crua. And he's only going to get a yard. Well defended by Totino Grace. Stood up and dropped by Michael Waters.
Well, the interior for Totino Grace was really tough, and that made that ball get kicked out to the outside where they had all kinds of help.
4th and 3 yards to go. Maybe 4. It's still close to 4. They didn't get much there. Medkey, pitch out. Crua trying to get the edge. Now cuts it back inside. Has a first down. He's got a touchdown. 18 yards and a score. Osseo's back in front.
A lot of credit. Joshua Goldschmidt, wide receiver out there, gets a great block on the outside, as well as Michael Griffin, one of the tackles for Osseo. Just a great job stretching that defense out. Osseo runs that stretch play better than most teams in the state. They showed off right there on a key 4th down play.
Kane, who had, they're going to fake it. They're going to throw it to Kane. He's going to try to throw another one. That was actually a lateral, and Kane is the backup quarterback, can throw. He's going to try to throw for a 2-point conversion, but Grace able to run him down before he could get the ball away, and it remains 13-12. Look at the touchdown again.
You just see excellent blocking on the outside. I mean, Goldschmidt really had the big one. I mean, he really locked onto his defensive back and drove him backwards. See it one more time from this angle. Goldschmidt with a great block, and actually the left tackle on that side with an excellent block up front was Munson. Cameron Munson does a good job. And Osseo, that was a huge 4th down play. Kind of a gutsy call as well. Osseo went for 2 there to try to go up by 3 points, get that field goal lead, but they're unsuccessful. And Elliott Kane's got a great arm on him. He's a good quarterback as a junior, but the one thing that made that play difficult is he's rolling to his left rather than to his right, and he really didn't have an open receiver. He was afraid to throw that interception. He only had 1 receiver downfield, and Totino Grace had more than 1 defender out there. Just kind of saw that play develop.
Although on the conversion try, throw it up, and if it's picked off, it's picked off.
Yeah, I think he was afraid of doing that. But yeah, when you sit back and say, hey, don't worry, the ball's going to be played dead. And high school rules, ball's dead if it gets picked off. You're not going to give up 2 points.
But he was run down by Darius Rogers. And so it remains a 1-point Osseo lead, 13-12. Tal, another short kick. It is fumbled. Another big scramble, very similar to the last kickoff return. Last time Wyndham got it. This time he bobbled it. He comes out with the football anyway for the 2nd time in a row.
I think he kind of took his eyes off this one. He was thinking about returning it. You know, Wyndham is not an usual frontline guy. I mean, he is for Totino Grace, but he's not a typical guy. He's not a lineman by any means. He's kind of an athletic-looking kid, and he's kind of mean and tough. And twice he's come up from the pile with the football in his hands, saying, like, "Get off me." That's the risk and reward. Osseo had a reward opportunity there, but with that failed attempt at getting on that football, now they get to Totino Grace. Excellent field position.
The last time they gave it to them at the 38 after the pooch kick. This time the 44. That's Flomo that comes in motion, sets himself as the I-back. Sewald, play action, throw, and a little bit behind his receiver and incomplete. Trying to get it to Roland Johnson, the senior tight end. 2nd down and 10.
Seems like Totino Grace, most often when they're taking a shot through the air, it's been on 1st down. And when you force them to throw an incomplete pass on 1st down, you give yourself an advantage because you know it's 2nd down and 10. Take them a little bit off schedule. Grace really having a hard time getting this play called.
Play clock down to 7. Sewald comes up to the line of scrimmage. And they're going to have to burn another timeout.
For whatever reason, that huddle just lasted a long time. Good awareness by Sewald, though, not to take another delay game penalty. Felt that play clock going down, probably saw it too up in his vision.
Joe, the first quarterfinal game that was played here tonight, Eden Prairie defeating Lakeville North. Not a surprise. We've seen Totino Grace over the years. We saw him earlier this year against Totino. And they take out the Panthers, and Eden Prairie looking for the 3rd consecutive state football championship.
Yeah, that's the scary thing about Eden Prairie is you give them your best shot. For 2 quarters, Lakeville North looked like a better football team. They went into half down by 7. But you thought, man, Lakeville North looks better than Eden Prairie. But they saw that in the 2nd half. It was all Eagles after that.
2nd down and 10. 1 timeout remaining in the half now for the Eagles. Handoff is to Barber out across the 45 with a 47. Tackle made by Kifa Nyangor. 3rd and 7 to come. Joe, we've had no punts yet tonight so far.
Yeah, and the teams when they've had 4th down situations, they've had such good field position that it's go for it time.
Osseo trying to force one here. On 3rd and 7, short drop for Sewald, incomplete. Off his receiver's hands, couldn't hang on. That's Mazinga. 4th down.
Rare mistake there made by Mazinga, and Sewald, his completion percentage should be a lot higher than it is today. He's put some balls on target that just has not got any help from his receivers. That was the right play call, the right throw, and just did not receive it on the receiving end to get that 1st down.
Sewald's also the punter, so he'll stand back here at his 33. High kick away, fair catch. Oh my goodness!
You can't do that.
Yeah, that's a personal foul. Where did the defensive player think that guy is not signaling for a fair catch?
Well, he hit him. I mean, he hit him a couple of seconds before the ball even got there. I mean, the kid didn't even have a chance to make a fair catch yet. Oh my goodness, that was Mazinga had the drop on 3rd down. I think he might have taken out some of his anger right there. Yeah, Mazinga was so frustrated with that drop on 3rd down, John. I truly think this was just a result of that. It's not a very heady play.
Cortez Stanley is the return guy.
Right. I think maybe if I'm going to give him a little bit of slack, he thinks that the hand going up was him trying to catch the football, and he just had made up his mind. But bizarre play right there. And in high school football, it's not even that big of a penalty when something like that happens. It's unfortunate because that one right there is. You think Osseo would come away with a little bit better field position after that play, but they get the ball at their own 34.
It's 7:25 to go here in the 2nd quarter. They lead by a point, 13-12. First down run by Jamin Hampton out across the 35 to the 38. It's a gain of 4.
I wonder if Osseo wants to slow it down just a little bit, maybe try to make this maybe one of the last possessions of the half. Try not to give Totino Grace the football with too much time left on the clock.
Play action. Throw to the left, wide open. Goldschmidt's got a first down. And takes a late hit.
Mazinga.
My goodness. That's uncalled for. What? I don't know how he does not see the guy right at the sideline and then delivers a late blow.
I think Kittleson might have sold it a little bit, but it's still, again, bizarre play.
He's out of bounds, clearly.
But he put his hands up.
Yeah, well, then it's okay.
They're going to take him out of the game a little bit. They're going to give him a little breather. I mean, it's difficult because he is one of the best football players on your team. Junior for Totino Grace. Going to calm it down a little bit, but that penalty hurts a little bit. Now you get the ball pretty deep into Totino Grace territory, and the other thing it did right there is you kind of got your Goldschmidt going a little bit. He's having a pretty good game here. A pretty good call by you, John, to highlight him.
3 catches for 70 yards. First down and 10 from the 28. Hand off to Hampton. We get a whistle and a flag. False start against Osseo. First penalty on Osseo tonight. There have been 5 on Grace for 60 yards. So first and 15 from the 33. Zenga back in. This is Galliuma on a little pitch and breaks a tackle. Gets to the 31. A lot of work to get 2 yards.
8 defenders touched him on this play. 1, 2, 3, 4. And took the 5 more there at the end to get him down. Pretty amazing 2.5 yard gain there for Osseo. A lot of work to get that 2.5 yards.
Second and 12 from the 31. Edkey in with the play from the sideline. Kittleson with single coverage to the right. Let's see if they go to him this time. The little throw to him over the middle. He steps back, comes back for the catch, breaks a tackle. He's got, well, close to a first down. He's down near the 18-yard line. I don't know if you saw that, Joe. At the end of the play, Mazinga delivered another late hit. This one wasn't flagged. Let's see if we can catch it on the replays. You look at the nice catch by Kittleson, breaks tackles. And you won't see it there, but Mazinga got up and he got knocked out and then delivered a blow of his own.
Was he like Des Bryant? Are we going to have to keep a camera on him the entire game? Oh, yeah, I see it right there on the bottom. Yeah, I saw that.
It was a first down. Gain of 12 on Kittleson's first catch. They gave us to Crua. He got tripped up at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for 2, maybe 3 yards.
Crua was going to have a pretty nice showdown there in the hole between him and Carlton Jam, too. If he keeps his feet right there, Jam was coming up from the safety spot, and there's going to be a nice little battle between the two of them.
First and 10 from the 18. Give to Crua. Slowed down and dropped after a gain of 1. That's Kai Barber that had a hand on him and held on to him long enough for his teammates to come finish him off. Watch Barber here, Joe, with a nice defensive play.
Yeah, Barber plays on both sides of the football. That's an excellent play right there. Get through that block and just get a hand on him to slow him down. I wondered if Osseo was going to eat some clock on this possession. Boy, was I wrong. They haven't let the play clock get under 15 seconds on this entire possession. They're only using 10 seconds to call the play and get up to the line of scrimmage.
Third and 6 now for the Orioles. Medkey throwing the fade to Goldschmidt. Oh, incomplete. Couldn't hang on to it. Mazinga on the coverage, but that's just a drop. That would have been first and goal if not a touchdown.
Mazinga hustles back into the play here, and he takes away the sight line of the football. Goldschmidt's there to make the catch, but Mazinga just gets up in his Kitchen a little bit. Probably should have been cut, though. That's a catch that Goldschmidt makes 9 times out of 10, if not more. Drops it in that unfortunate situation. Again, Osseo making the right play call, just not executing.
They'll go for it here on 4th down and 6. Redkey looking back to the sideline, and now they'll take a timeout.
They got a double team heading out to Goldschmidt's way. So on the far side of the field, they're doubling up Goldschmidt out there. And a lot of time in that situation, you'll throw another receiver out there, see how they handle 2 receivers. And for the most part, Osseo keeps Goldschmidt and Kittleson on separate sides of the football field.
What a fun first half, Joe.
This has been. I'm really happy to be doing this game right now. This has been the best football game I've seen all fall so far. So it's been a good one. And we kind of expect that from these two teams, though. They're so well coached. They go from the coaching staff on down to the players. These players play so hard for their coaches, and on top of that, there's such good athletes on both these squads. It just creates a great environment for good football.
4th down and 6. Ball just inside the Totino Grace 13-yard line. Hampton the single back. Redkey again will walk over, look toward the sidelines. Still got 10 seconds on the play clock. And down to 5. He's going to have to hurry. And they have to burn another timeout.
He's going to kick it. You know, Coach Lamker for Osseo, he wants to send a play up to the line of scrimmage and see what the defense looks like. And then he's trying to count to see how many guys are in the box, how they're kind of guarding against the 2 top receivers on his team. And he just didn't see what he liked from the 2 times they went up the line of scrimmage. And I think he's going to try to. He called Elliott Kane out there originally. Now he's calling him back. I mean, he's literally still trying to make up his mind on what to do right now.
Kane's got the kicking tee in his hand.
Yeah, and now he's being told we're going for it. So, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, you look at what goes through the mind of a head coach who not only has to decide whether or not to kick it or go for it, but he's also deciding what play to call. He's got a lot of decisions to make here. The good thing if you're Osseo here, you're up by 1, and if you don't score here, you give at least Totino Grace a pretty long field to come back from.
Redkey lined up again. 12 seconds on the play clock on 4th and 6. Throws the little slant. It's off the hands of Goldschmidt and incomplete. Grace takes over on downs.
They got the double coverage over there, but they wanted to see if they could throw the slant anyways. But Mazinga does a pretty good job of being physical with him at the line of scrimmage, and that allowed Goldschmidt not to be kind of as quick as he would have liked. And it would have had to be a more accurate throw, and it would have been a pretty tough catch in traffic had they completed that.
So Grace for the 2nd time holds in deep in their own territory. And it remains 13-12. Field goal would have made it a 4-point game. Of course, Kane missed a couple last week before he made the winning field goal. The ball is fumbled. He's got it this time. And this time the Osseo Orioles have it. Big turnover. It's 1st down and 10. Osseo from the 14.
This ball just never made it into the running back's hands. You see they give him the running start with the motion. And Flomo, who just has not shown very good hands here tonight on a drop pass downfield, now he just drops that pitch. The pitch is there. It's right where it's supposed to be. Just either took his eyes off it, didn't secure the football. And a real fortuitous opportunity here for Osseo to try to take advantage of.
1st down and 10 from the 14. 2nd turnover tonight for Totino Grace. Gallimue, the man in motion. Inside handoff and inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line. It's Hampton with a flag coming out late.
I mean, a late hit coming up here on Totino Grace. I think it's Andy Kinnan this time, one of the leading tacklers for Totino Grace, who gets the 35 for Totino Grace, and the penalty, you see that time they put the receiver in motion, handing off at the middle. Hampton does a great job of squeezing through there, and there's the late hit. Yep, you saw it right there in your screen. Someone, Ekior, who's not even in the play, gets blasted kind of from the backside.
First and goal from the 2 for Osseo. Medkeel handoff. Hampton toward the goal line, got turned back just shy of the end zone. It'll be second and goal from inside the 1.
Telling Medke now to use the play clock, so they want him to call the play, but this time don't break the huddle so quickly. Use the clock a little bit.
Down to 3 minutes to go. Handoff. Hampton touchdown. Standing Hampton into the end zone for 6. Then it's 19-12 Orioles.
Osseo quickly capitalizes on the Totino Grace mistake, and the one thing I like there that, you know, they took into account how much time was left in the quarter and where their strengths lie right now and where they're finding success, because a lot of times in that turnover, some coaches go to their play chart and they say, hey, I got to go for the end zone on a turnover no matter what. Osseo didn't do that. They ran some nice running, kept the ball on the ground, ran some successful plays. Then you see it right there, plugging in, great block up the middle. And then he kicks it out to the outside off tackle. All that penetration up the middle, Osseo welcomes that because they're running off tackle right.
(20-12) Osseo with 2:58 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, Totino Grace, I think this is a key stretch right here, obviously, and that's kind of obvious being down 8 points and nice possession here before the half. But I think with the personal foul penalties, the unforced mistake on the fumble, they kind of got to be reeling a little bit and saying, what's going on here, guys? So it's really key that they do something successful here with this possession. Even if they don't score, to get some first downs, I think it's going to be imperative for the rest of this football game, because if they go 3 and out, it's going to feel like their ship is sinking.
See how Osseo approaches this kickoff. One that was deep, 2 that have been short. None of them have been terribly successful yet if you're an Osseo fan. This one picked up by Jam at the 20, out to the 30, into the 33, and he spun around and dropped there. So it's the best job that the Orioles have done covering the kickoff.
Jam's got some leg strength on him.
Yeah, he
boy.
does.
They just, even when they get 3 Orioles on him, he just doesn't want to go down.
So 2:53 to go in the half for Totino. They're down 8. They have 1 timeout remaining. Sewell will hand for Flomo. 35-yard line, 37 to the 38, and a gain of 5. Tackled by Rich Davis. We'll get right back up to the line of scrimmage. Clock running. 35 and counting. Sewell wants to throw. Quick throw. Completion, but a gain of just 1. Catch by Flomo and a nice tackle by Nick Brecht.
Good protection up front from Totino Grace, but that play right there, they kind of had like a slant look coming across the middle. The Osseo's defense took that away, so the next check down there was Flomo, and he catches the ball in the flats, but Osseo quick to react. But because that wasn't the first read, it took a little bit longer to develop and allowed the defense to close in on Flomo.
3rd and 4. Jam in motion. Play action fake to him. Sewald throwing and incomplete. Oh, and then a flag comes down. We're going to have probably pass interference coming in and breaking on the ball. Looked like nicely was Jordan Hawley, but he's going to get flagged.
He did that play that defenders always do. I think they, even when they're there, they tend to just naturally put their left arm on the guy's back, even as you're making a good play with your right arm. And see, yeah, I mean, it's a good call. His left arm is straight. I laughed at first because I thought, oh boy, that was a clean breakup. But sure enough, I mean, you can see that left arm across the numbers of the receiver, and that's just an easy call for the official. And for some reason, defenders do that. Even when they're there to make the play, they tend to just grab the back of the receiver.
1st and 10. Grace at the Osseo 46-yard line with 1:41 to go. Jam gets the pitch. Got some room on that right side. 40-yard line. Nice move inside. Now he's back to the outside. Carlton Jam is going to go for a touchdown. Flag goes down.
Oh, no.
This might not be a touchdown.
What are you thinking downfield? That's a touchdown. Let it go.
There's a downfield block as Jam was about to cross the goal line. Whistled, I believe, against Nick Fote, and this is going to come back.
The lack of discipline is just amazing to me right now. Watch this block by Wyndham on the outside, though. Absolutely blew up the Oriole defender. That made that play happen. And then we'll look for the penalty downfield. It's not even in the screen. Watch this big block by 3 again. Push in the back there. There it was. It was just a little push in the back that was unnecessary. It wasn't a, it wasn't flagrant. It wasn't malicious. It wasn't intended to hurt anyone. It was a push in the back.
It looks like it might have been Spevacek on the penalty.
Right now we're gonna have some clock issues. The play clock's running. Everyone knows it, but.
Yeah. So sorry, Nick Fote. That penalty was not on you, young man. 57.
He's off the hook. I think
he is off the hook.
I think he was the one screaming at his teammate. Why'd you hit him in the back, actually?
Though it is still a first down. They do get 24 yards, but he takes 6 points off the board. Now they're going to have to work for it.
And that clock, they think that clock ran for over almost a minute.
Going to stay at 128. 1st and 10. Sewald under center. As Jam comes in motion. Sewald is going to be driven back and sacked. A big loss. Kepa and Youngor with the sack. Loss of 9.
Well, they did that play again where Rich Davis comes around from the defensive end and he's going to go up the middle. But then this time they picked up Davis and they did not pick up the other guy.
Loss of 6. Jam gets the call and the carry, and he gets it back to the 20-yard line. A flag comes out. A face mask looks like being signaled against Osseo.
And if you're Osseo, I mean, first things first, try to make a stop in this drive. But one thing you're going to talk about at halftime is be very careful. The penalties have really been heavily in favor of Totino Grace. I'm not saying anything bad about this officiating crew. I think they've done a good job, but it's natural to try to even things up as the game goes on. You have to guard against that if you're Osseo.
There's personal foul. There's the face mask call. Jam on the run. Can't tell from that angle. Looked like his head was getting yanked kind of sideways, probably by Findlay there. So it's half the distance to the goal from the 20 to the 10. Jam comes in motion. Gets the carry inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line. And Totino Grace will use its final timeout with 39 seconds to go.
I think Osseo is going to see a lot more of Carlton Jam because he is having a monster of a game so far, but because the way they spread out the touches, he just hasn't seen the ball as much. But right now, he's the one giving Osseo's defense the most trouble.
That was wrong. They did not take the timeout. They go with under 30 seconds to go here on second down. They'll give it to Jam again. Oh, he fumbles the football into the end zone. Oh, Osseo's got it. Wow. What a huge play at the touchback. Not a touchdown for Grace, but a touchback for Osseo.
Yeah, a flag flew out into the back of the end zone.
They're still wrestling, even though the play had been pulled dead. Rich Davis wanted to make sure his guys ended up with it. Look at it again. Jam looks like he's going in for the score. He got hit, but then the ball just kind of popped out of his hands. Look at from the end zone.
Cortez Stanley on the hit, right?
Yeah, Stanley and Swenson, the ball loose. And there's the scramble.
And Rich Davis, you see Rich Davis right there securing the football early on in that. And I think you see a emphatic Osseo football call right there. And
wow.
A lot of things have gone right for Totino Grace football the last 10 years. I don't know if things have gone this bad for them in this kind of small stretch of time in the second quarter. It's been really bizarre.
I didn't see what the penalty call was, Joe. It's a 5-yarder against Grace because Osseo has it at their 25. Medke will just kneel down. That'll be the end of the first half. Some wild plays in this football game so far, and we've only got a half in the books. We got 2 quarters to play. Our score in the state class 6A playoffs. Osseo 20, Totino Grace 12. We're back with more Prep Football and 12 Sports after this timeout.
A Brooklyn Park church received some unwelcome visitors this past weekend.
Volunteers really do have their work cut out for them. They'll be inspecting 23,000 residential lots and city boulevards.
The problem began when the railroad decided to increase the train's speed. In the process, they had to raise a portion of the track over here.
Fire crews got a call around 4 Friday morning from a passerby alerting them to a deck fire.
This time, little lob for Winnicky, trying to go up and get it. Touchdown! Halftime at the Metrodome. It's Osseo 20, Totino Grace 12. An entertaining first half of football here at the Dome. Highlights from this one. Totino Grace getting on the board first. First touchdown set up by this Kai Barber run, who almost got in. They marked him down inside the 1. And it's set up a 1-yard run. Lance Bennick in for the score. Extra point missed it. 6-0 Totino Grace. Osseo responds though. Prince Crua helping set up their touchdown. Their first score of the night gets his 42-yard run down inside the 10-yard line. And that sets up this couple of plays later, 3 yards out. It's Ikior in for the touchdown. Justin scoring. Extra point put them up 7-6. Then on a 4th down play in the second quarter, Prince Crua going 18 yards for a touchdown. Osseo in front in this one. Totino Grace able to score through the air. Seth Solwold, nice catch. Then Mazinga, 22 yards for a TD. That was a 4th down play as well. They went for 2, didn't convert. Jamin Hampton scored the 3rd Osseo touchdown. That made it 20-12. And then Grace looking like they're going for their 3rd touchdown at the end of the half. And just as he got right to the goal line, Carlton Jam fumbling. Recovered in the end zone by Rich Davis. Osseo kneel down, ended the half, and we're at 20-12. Here are the statistics. Totino Grace with the edge in rushing yards, and Osseo doubling up Grace in passing yards, and the total yards about even. Eagles with 3 turnovers. 7 points for Osseo off those turnovers, and the last one really didn't have a chance to score, as that was the final offensive play of the half for Totino Grace. And the penalties have hurt Totino as well, Joe. And you look at them, very unlike Totino Grace in the penalties and the turnovers, and at times the lack of discipline. Having said all that, they're only down 8 points here.
Yeah, that's the thing that you come away thinking, is that you look at that second quarter and you say, man, how bad can they get for Totino Grace? Yet, as you mentioned, only down 8 points. So they rectify a few of those things, which I have full confidence they will. They get to kind of start fresh here, down 8 points. That's something that Totino Grace can certainly overcome. And, you know, some of it was self-induced, and then some of it was just some bad breaks, too. As we saw that fumble at the goal line looked to be like pretty good defensive play. Stanley puts a good hit on the running back, and the ball kind of popped out a little late, so it was kind of strange in how that happened. But, you know, that ball gets in the end zone there. We're talking, you know, an even game right here. If they had gone for the 2-point conversion, they converted. So 8-point deficit, not too much for a team like Totino Grace to overcome.
We're going to take a break, come back with the second half kickoff. Osseo, Totino Grace, more prep football from the Dome in a moment.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Channel 12's Community Corner puts the spotlight on your corner of the northwest suburbs.
We want to talk about some things happening around the city of Maple Grove.
New Hope's rinks are officially open.
This is the spot for the Golden Valley Rotary Club.
The City Council worked really hard not to have a tax increase.
You can instantly upgrade your wardrobe with a few simple accessories.
We're in Golden Valley today doing a little recycling.
Rediscover your corner of the northwest suburbs every day on Channel 12's Community Corner.
John Jacobson and Joe Moline, one half of football left here in the 6A quarterfinals. This is the 4th quarterfinal round game of the playoffs. Maple Grove losing to Roseville last night over at TCF Bank Stadium. Rosemont the winner. They defeated Eastview, and then earlier tonight, as we mentioned, Eden Prairie over in Lakeville North. Chauvin ready to kick off and get this second half underway. This will be fielded. Gallimule at its 10-yard line. 15 comes back to the right. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Gets past the kicker and can't get any more. And gets to the 42-yard line. Gabriel Gallimule, nice 31-yard return. They'll mark him out at the 41.
And Gallimule is someone they would like to get more involved in the offense, too, from that third wide receiver slot position. They think he's a pretty special athlete, but given the fact that he's at wide receiver playing behind two very talented seniors, the junior is making pretty big plays there in the special teams.
He'll line up, slot to the right. Hiddleston on the outside. Goldschmidt, top of your screen to the left on 1st down and 10. They go toward Goldschmidt and then has it at the 45. It'll be a gain of 4. 4th catch for him tonight for 74 yards.
That's a nice little pitch and catch. If they're going to give you that 5-yard gain on 1st down, you got to take it. And Goldschmidt, again, didn't really watch that one all the way in very good. He kind of didn't catch it clean, so he's thinking about it a little bit. The physical play from Mazinga, I think, is kind of getting his head a little bit there as he's second-guessing himself on that catch. They continue to double-team both wide receivers.
Flag. And a false start on Osseo.
Some movement on the interior of the offensive line, I believe. they're going to commit 2 safeties to the passing game and doubling wide receivers up over the top. Osseo really would like to establish that running game and take advantage of that and try to make those safeties have to adjust. They give what the defense, take what the defense gives you, and they're kind of right now playing hard against the pass.
Play action, Medke roll out right, getting heavy pressure from the backside, throws in some traffic, trying to hit Goldschmidt, and incomplete. Broken up by Michael Waters.
Medke had a lot of penetration coming from the backside there, so he had to hurry up and threw this one and tried to fit into a tight spot. Osseo wanted a pass interference call, and you can see why. Draped up over the back of the wide receiver was the defensive back there, Waters.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10. Play action. Medke wants to throw a little screen, now does get it off. Ikior, and it's going to be a loss of 3. Well defensed by Totino Grace. Isaac Floral on the tackle, and the first punt of the night for Osseo.
It's tough when the defense reads screen. There's really no good out, because once they read it, the play's blown up and there's nothing Medke can do. He's got linemen downfield. He's got receivers that really aren't out there running true routes. They're out there kind of trying to design a fake. So there's nothing really Medke could do. He tried to continue that play, but there was nowhere to go.
Kittleson is the punter. It's the kick away, takes an Osseo bounce, and another, and it's rolling all the way down to the 14-yard line. They'll take that.
Oh yeah, for getting the ball on a kickoff return and going 3 and out, that's a pretty good job. Obviously, it was a good kick return to get them closer to midfield, but to go 3 and out and still be able to punt the ball inside the opponent's 20, that's job well done by the special teams.
47-yard kick. First time for Totino Grace's offense on the field here in the second half. First down and 10. They start this drive from their 14. Sewald handing off to Flomo. Inside give for 6. Maybe 7 yards out past the 20-yard line. Nyangor on the tackle, but a good first down run for Flomo and the Eagles offense.
You have Bennett going in motion one way, so they kind of fake it to him on the pitch, and then they inside handoff to Flomo, and a pulling Tyler Wilson coming around, helping open up a bigger hole. Nice execution on that play by Totino Grace.
Second down and 3. They give us to Barber. It's a couple of yards to the 23. Davis on the stop along with Nyangor and Hildebrand. It'll be 3rd and 1. Barber, Jam, and Flomo all between 6 and 10 carries tonight. Bennett's had 3. Third and 1 for the Eagles from their 23. Pitch goes back. Carlton Jam, first down and more. Out past the 30 to the 33. It's a gain of 10. He's got 90 yards. Make that 99 yards now on 7 carries.
He had Kavita out there blocking for him, and he kind of gave him a little shove in the back. Get out there, lineman. And he gets up in the hole there quickly. It was a good play that they pitched it to the outside to allow him to get the edge, but he knew that he had to get upfield quickly on a 3rd down and 1 play.
Some breathing room for the Eagles on the first down and 10 now from the 33. Inside handoff. Barber driving out past the 40, the 41. Flag comes in at the end.
On the inside there where there's usually a holding call.
It'll be a face mask, 5-yard face mask against Osseo. after the 9-yard run by Barber. Totino Grace moving, Joe. They're out to the 47 now. A couple of first downs. Hasn't taken them long to get there. Give us to Bennick. He's to midfield into Osseo territory. Inside of 45. Got a first down to the 42.
That's that left side of the offensive line that I think did such a great job early on in this game. They get a good push-out block right there. Bennick hits the hole hard and keeps his feet driving upfield for that first down. Totino Grace executing much better here in this third quarter.
Gain of 12. First and 10 at the Osseo 41. Give us to Barber. Kai Barber spins 6 more yards to the 35. Davis on the stop along with Hildebrand and Ryan Lynch.
I think the back and forth nature of the game in that second quarter almost favored Osseo, the way that they were able to kind of deal with it and roll with the punches. Totino Grace much more comfortable right now, biting off 5, 6, 7 yards a chunk.
2nd and 4. Give us to Flomo. Another first down. Inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. 8-yard gain.
Osseo's playing a little bit of a guessing game up front there, trying to blitz in certain spots and maybe guess the correct hole that a play is going to be running to right there, not guessing right as they guessed the opposite side where that ball went to. And Totino Grace was able to block up the backside well.
First down and 10 at the 27. Give to Flomo, and he's dropped for a loss. That's Rich Davis with the tackle.
Rich Davis has really had a good football game here tonight, hasn't he? I mean, here he is again, coming up the middle. Usually starts on that defensive end position, but again, that wrinkle in the defense that they've brought here tonight was where he starts the play line up at the defensive end and then kind of slides into the middle as the cadence goes on from the quarterback.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 13. Give to Flomo. 25, cuts back 20, breaks another tackle. He's all the way down to the 10. First down for Totino Grace. Pickup of 20.
There's a big crackdown block from the right tackle there. Mitch Webb destroyed his defender across from him. That created a monstrous hole on that side.
First and goal, ball just inside the Osseo 10. Give us to Bennick. He's already got 1 touchdown tonight. Going for another one. He's in for a score.
The Grace Eagles looked like the Grace Eagles on that drive.
Yeah, they did.
Running off tackle really at will on that possession and finishing it off in typical Grace fashion. Bennick getting his 5th touchdown of the postseason. When he touches it, big things happen for the Eagles. They're going to go for 2, I imagine, here to try to even up this game.
20-18 with the 2-point conversion pending. 3 backs now behind Sewald. It's Barber that goes in motion. The give is to Flomo. Hit, and he stays on his feet, and he's into the end zone, and we're tied up.
Well, he called Rich Davis's name a lot tonight, and he was back there ready to make that play, but Flomo just bounced right off him. Take a look. One's in the backfield. Actually, this is the touchdown first. Bennick getting away from Cortez Stanley. Nice little stiff arm at the end of that run. Watch Bennick again. Gets in motion, gets that running head start. Great block on the outside on the cornerback, and then Bennick with a very good stiff arm to get away from the last of the defenders. Now the 2-point conversion. And watch again, Rich Davis, one of Osseo, if you can see it from this angle. He's in the back for there, and Flomo just bounces right off him. Excellent run by Flomo, the leading rusher this year for Totino Grace.
Gallemu and Alseth are back deep to receive the kickoff from Jobin. And they'll go with a little pooch kick. It's going to be fair caught. And Osseo will get it at their 40. Stephen Fisher pulling it in.
Oh, Stephen Fisher with the heads up play to call for the fair catch, make sure he doesn't get hit.
So for the second time in this third quarter, Osseo will start a drive. In good field position. First one was at the 41. This one starts at the 40. And the Oriole looking on, hoping his team can break the tie. His or her team, I should say, right? This is Hampton on the first down run, and a good rush by Jamin of 8 yards to the 48.
He or she needs a new beak. Yeah, good run there, right side. Good push up front. Tell you what, Hampton's, when he's got the football here tonight, he's made good things happen too. You know, there's only so many balls to go around for this Osseo offense, but Hampton's been very good when he's touched it tonight.
Second and short. And the give to Hampton is close to midfield. Pick that crew on the carry. Gets a yard. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Krua hit that hole really hard and just got stopped as he got a yard forward, a half yard shy of that first down.
Osseo right back up to the line of scrimmage. With the crew on, he'll get a first down into Grace territory to the 48. Ninth first down of the game for Osseo. 4 minutes to play here, third quarter. Osseo and Totino Grace all tied up at 20. This is Krua again. Sidesteps one defender, gets inside the 45 to the 43. Brendan Swan thought he had him wrapped up in the line of scrimmage, and instead Krua gets forward for 5.
All of a sudden, Osseo bounces back after that Totino Grace touchdown, and they've been kind of keeping the ball grounded here and finding pretty good success on the ground as well.
Play action. Going deep for Goldschmidt. It's caught. It's a touchdown for Osseo. 43 yards. Medkey with his first touchdown pass tonight, and Osseo's back in front.
Like Goldschmidt, you know, it looked like for a moment like lost it in the dome or something. He took an interesting route to that football, but he made up for it with his long arms and secured that catch. And it's got to feel good to get that touchdown for Goldschmidt, because he and Mazinga have been battling all night long out there on the outside, and he got behind Mazinga and made that catch. And what a throw by Medkey. It was, you know, it was a double play action fake. They faked 2 different handoffs back there, but
extra point by Kane is up and good, and it's 27-20.
I was surprised the safety bit as hard as they did here, because they've been doubling all night long. And I think you have to give the Osseo coaching staff credit. They must have seen something on this last possession. They ran the ball, what, 3-4 times there, John, successfully? The safety must have crept up a little bit, and Osseo picked their timing perfectly, because the play-action fake was there, but it wasn't really sold in the fake. That safety had been adjusting to the previous success Osseo was having running the football. That's good stuff. I mean, these teams just keep on answering each other.
Goldschmidt's a guy that's he's actually a student at Maranatha Christian Academy. He plays basketball over there. They, of course, have no football program, so they co-op with Osseo for football. And they've gotten some key players over the last several years that have been parts of this Osseo football team and integral parts, and Josh Goldschmidt one of them this year. And he catches the big 43-yard scoring strike there. And Osseo able to answer and go back in front by a score. Tao with a high kick, fairly short, fielded at the 18-yard line. Turned out past the 30 and near the 40-yard line to the 39. A 21-yard return by Max Walker. Grace with good field position.
Yeah, the good field position kind of continues throughout this game. Each team is getting pretty good field position, and now all of a sudden the defenses are having a difficult time stopping each other.
1st and 10. Ball just about at the 40 for Grace. Flom with a deep back. Play action. Sewald firing. Spevacek the catch. Has it out to the 46-yard line. Gain of 6.
Sewald going to give him some credit here. This ball's thrown into a pretty tight spot. Osseo had a couple of players in the area there, and if that ball's thrown in accurately, that could have been a pick 6. He puts it right on target right there. Nice job by the senior quarterback.
2nd down and 4. Give to Flomo. Gets into Osseo territory, picks up 7, a 1st down to the 47 of Osseo.
Strategically, what Osseo defensively wants to do to Totino Grace is try to get them off schedule. That's when they can find success, and that means giving them long 2nd downs, longer 3rd downs. But right now, Totino Grace is so successful right now in 1st down. Osseo's not really getting a chance.
Just over 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Sewald throwing to Bennick. A lot of room on that left side. 1st down and more inside the 30. It's inside a defender. Breaks another tackle and he's down to the 14. Gain of 34 yards.
Blown covers there by Osseo. Nobody had Bennick out of the backfield. They sent him in motion and nobody went with him. In a man-to-man coverage, someone should have 10. Nobody had him. And then I got to give Alex Halverson credit downfield. He was downfield as the wide receiver, and he did a good job of laying off the Osseo defender, not blocking him in the back.
1st and 10 Eagles at the Osseo 14. Back and forth we go in this one. Flomo right up the middle. 4 yards to the 10. Second down and 6 for the Eagles. Over 200 yards rushing for Totino Grace tonight. Pitch goes back. Jam hitting the backfield, gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it. But hit first and slowing him down was Ryan Swenson, where his teammates could come over and finish him off for no game.
And Swenson's got a couple of near misses tonight. He's the same defender that almost knocked the ball down in the end zone when Totino Grace got that touchdown from Mazinga. And there he has a chance to make a big play, blowing up that play in the backfield. That would have brought up 3rd down and real long. Instead, he kind of makes a little bit of contact. Does a good job of slowing him down, but it could have been a huge play.
3rd and 6. Sewald wanting to throw, throws to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Bennick. His 3rd score of the night.
I almost want to think that it almost looked like Bennick just found a way to get open there. It wasn't necessarily the route that took him to it. And there you go. John, you picked him tonight, boy. 3 touchdowns tonight. 3 touchdowns in the postseason coming in. We highlighted him in the pregame as a difference maker, a playmaker, a guy who makes winning plays, and that's what he's doing here tonight. Another big touchdown.
Jordan trying to tie it up and right down the middle for Evan Jobin. And it's 27-all with 3 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Well, take a look now. In live action, I kind of thought that Sowell and Bennett kind of did a good job of kind of adjusting to what the defense had given him, because his route kind of slowed down a little bit, but then he kind of just broke to some open area, and his quarterback noticed it as well. You can see him kind of throwing that one off his back foot there. Nice little improvisation, I think, that led to a touchdown there for Totino Grace. And as much as they struggled in the second quarter, what a third quarter the Eagles had.
Bennett tonight, 4 rushes, 23 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 catches for 44 yards and 1 touchdown. And here's Jobin to kick. High kick. In fairly short. This will be fielded, bobbled. He's out of bounds. Went off an Osseo player out of bounds, and it'll be taken at the 21 for the Orioles there, as the still shows 1 second left on the clock here in the quarter.
Boy, that could have been a 15-yard difference in field position there if they maybe just try to let that ball go out of bounds by itself. I think the momentum of the ball is going to probably take it there.
Orioles start 1st and 10 just inside their 21. Final play of the third quarter. Medkey throws. Now his big tight end Phillips out of the backfield will catch it for about a 3-yard gain. But Swan was there to wrap him up, makes the tackle, and the quarter comes to an end. One more good quarter of football presumably coming up. We've had 3 great ones so far. 27-all the score. And we're back on 12 Sports after this timeout.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills 1 person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
John Jacobson and Joe Moline at the Metrodome. 27-all, Totino Grace and Osseo. Start of the fourth quarter here with the Osseo Orioles on their 24-yard line. 2nd down and 7 for the Orioles offense. First down throw, and it's behind Goldschmidt and incomplete. Coming across on the slant. 3rd and 7.
Medkey not as accurate as he normally is with that throw. There was a little bit of penetration coming up in his face right there, but I also think just that tight man-to-man coverage that he's seeing out there is giving him a little bit of hesitation and maybe affecting his throwing a little bit with that slant pass.
Third and 7. Go back to the ground. Oh, and a big defensive stop by Totino Grace. Josh Satars coming up and putting the final hit on Crua. Gain of 2, but it's 4th down.
That's a big-time play right there. He comes from the linebacker position, sliding over as the play flow went, and just made an excellent tackle, squared him up, took him down. And the defense was playing pretty strong right there, but if he doesn't make that tackle as well as he did, could have won for a 1st down.
Just the second punt for Osseo and Kittleson tonight. First one went for 46. Flag is down. He got run into. Punt's going out at the 50, and this is going to keep Osseo with the football. Personal foul to Totino Grace.
It's a killer. You know, I mean, your offense is playing so good. Every time you've gotten the ball this half, you've marched all the way down the football field and scored. You don't really need a block punt. I mean, you just give us the football back, and we can have a chance to take a lead. Instead, you go after and hit the punter. It's just, again, one of those undisciplined, not heady plays that are not custom in Totino Grace football.
15-yard penalty gives Osseo a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from their 41. Medkey looked like he wanted to give it to someone, and there was no one to give it to. So he's going to take off and run. And he gets out to the 48-yard line and a nice 7-yard run.
Well, Lamkirk might have to put that one in the playbook. That was a pretty nice pickup on 1st down.
Nope. Nobody there.
You know, neither running back wanted the football there either. They were both blocking.
Mark him down at the 47, so it's a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4. They'll stay on the ground. Crua spinning at midfield. He's into Eagles territory and has a 1st down. Gain of 5.
Crua did a really good job of staying behind his big blocker, Martin Olson, out here, and almost used a spin move to stay behind him. Olson's just pushing downfield. Great block right there on Brendan Okido.
Each team with 3 timeouts remaining. We've got 10 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the 4th quarter. The winner moves to the state semifinals here next Friday night at 7 against Eden Prairie. Give us to Crua. No game. TJ McDonald in on the stop. 2nd and 10.
McDonald came around the outside right there and just was waiting for that play to come to him.
And off up the middle. Crua lost the football. There's a scramble for it at the 43. Officials trying to dive down to the bottom of that pile.
I love this back judge. He wants to get in there and see that ball so bad he threw one of the Totino Grace players right out of the way.
And it is Totino Grace football. Matt Lettner, senior defensive end with the ball.
Right, there hasn't been too many breaks that have gone Totino Grace's way, but here you go. Crua up through the hole and got stripped as he went through. And it looked like it was Michael Scott. I think, actually, Michael Scott's on one end of him, and on the other side was Sitar's.
Yeah, just Sitar's.
Give both of them kind of credit for the forced fumble there. He got hit from both sides.
First turnover for Osseo tonight. Grace takes it over at their 43. Under 9.5 minutes to go. Handoff is to Bennick. Into Osseo territory, and he gets to the 47 of the Orioles. Gain of 9.
Mitch Webb, a junior tackle for Totino Grace, has really had some impressive blocks here in the second half. Look at 60 right there. Blows up 2 players by taking down his one. He blew up the linebacker that came in behind him.
Second down, they give to Flomo. 44-yard line. Not much of a gain, but it's certainly enough for a first down.
Really nice play by Cortez Stanley to get off blocks and go make this tackle. The only problem was they didn't need much for a first down. So it was a nice play by Stanley, but Totino Grace did a good enough job up front on the line of scrimmage to get that first down.
1st and 10 at the 44 of Osseo. It's Bennick in motion. Hand off to Barber, hit, and lose a yard.
This time it was Ryan Lynch winning the battle on the line of scrimmage. Gets across the face of his offensive lineman and makes that tackle in the backfield.
Second and 11 from the 45. Sewell throwing to Barber out of the backfield. 40, 35, 30. Kai Barber to the 20-yard line. Stiff arm. Finally brought down from behind at the 8-yard line. Tackle made by Quentin Perkins, but not before Kai Barber had picked up 35 yards.
Kai Barber swats Jordan Hawley, number 2, off him at the end of this play like he's a fly. Look at Barber get north and south. Get off me. And then getting him from the back end there. Quentin Perkins saving a touchdown. Osseo's been a little bit vulnerable covering running backs out of the backfield in the passing game. Totino Grace has found a lot of success doing that plays like that.
Knee went down at the 9, 1st and goal from there. Flomo tackle from behind, there'll be no gain. Nicely read and brought down the Scott Hildebrand with the tackle, and no gain. 2nd and goal.
You can't overstate how big these next couple of plays are. Osseo, a victory would be forcing Totino Grace to make the decision whether to kick a field goal or go for it. Time is all of a sudden just kind of ticking down here.
2nd and goal. Give us to Jam. Down to the 6. 3rd and goal from there.
Osseo's defense has had a weird ability to turn teams over inside the red zone too. They did it last week to Prior Lake when they were tied up late in the ball game. They did it to Totino Grace in the first half here tonight. They did it to Totino Grace in the first time they met.
Third and goal for Totino Grace, just outside the Osseo 5. Sewell rolling out right. Throwing, and Barber's got it for a touchdown. Reached behind him, got the grab. Touchdown, Totino Grace.
Well, it looks like I'm going to have to make another exception in my all fullbacks are meatheads comment from earlier in the game, because usually a meathead means you have rock for hands too, but Barber's shown he can run the football, catch the football. 2 huge receptions on this drive, and that one right there was a beauty. That ball was not thrown where Barber would like it.
Jobin with the extra point, and it's 34-27 Totino Grace with under 6 minutes to go.
What you're going to see on this play here is a lot of confidence out of the senior quarterback, Solwold. He's got Barber sitting down there, but he waits till he draws the defender closer and then throws it in there and throws it a little bit behind Barber, and Barber saves the day with that catch. You see a little bit of a hold there on Rich Davis. Osseo's not going to want to see that. Rich Davis got held just a little bit, and unfortunately for the Orioles, somehow the linebacker gets tied up behind him too. Watch on the outside here on that block. He kind of eats up 2 Osseo defenders.
With a nice grab.
Boy, and it's one of those ones in the NFL they take a couple extra looks at, but when they look at it, they would see that he kept his hands below that football, even though it did touch the turf.
Now, Sewell got the pick on the very first play of the game, Joe, but he's been very efficient since then. For the night, 8 out of 12 passing, had the 1 interception on the first pass of the game with 3 touchdown passes. 1 to Barber, 1 to Bennick, and 1 to Mazinga.
He's given them real strong quarterback play tonight, and then at some of the bigger victories that they've had this season, he's done the same thing. Had a nice game last week against Wayzata when they needed it. You keep going back to thinking what Coach Lamker told us before this game, and he's not too many teams can beat Totino Grace twice in the season. And that's what's facing here Osseo tonight, now down 7 points. You got a Totino Grace Eagles team that really found themselves in the second half and are playing good football.
I didn't see the flag, but apparently a personal foul, either on the extra point or on the touchdown, that's assessed here on the kickoff, and it'll be a touchback. At the NFL, you can't run it back 109 like
Patterson,
somebody else in purple in this stadium has done. So Osseo first down and 10 from their 20. Trailing now by a touchdown. 5:57 to go. They've got 3 timeouts left and 80 yards to go for a tying score. Medke throwing, first down. Pitch and catch, completion, and a gain of 7 out to the 27-yard line. Catch made by Kittleson, just his second catch tonight.
And that's what Kittleson has in his game and his repertoire. I mean, he's a big play receiver down the field, but he's got some shake to him too, and he's hard to take down with the first tackle.
Second and short. This is Hampton. Fights for 2 yards. A 3rd down and 2.
Linebacker Isaac Forel, really strong tackle right there. Wrapped him up, secured that tackle.
Clock winding down toward 5 minutes to go. 3rd and 2 for Osseo. Pitch goes back. Crua, first down, up past the 30. Really gets level at the 33. Tackle made by Jam, along with Canan. They'll get it again.
Crua gets shaken up at the end of this play. He really gets driven to the ground here. Look at that. And he definitely came up a little shaky off to the sidelines. Hopefully he's okay. He's an instrumental part of this Osseo offense.
First and 10 from the 34. Play action. Medke throwing. He's got Gallagher. First down at the Totino Grace 30.
Gallagher was upset with himself. He wanted it 6. The ball thrown a little bit behind him. Jam caught up to him, and they brought a blitz there, and Osseo picked it up perfectly. Great chance in throwing that play. And it's a nice matchup too. You get your speedy 3rd receiver, your slot receiver, against a bigger safety in Carlton Jam.
Gain of 36. First on run. Hampton breaks 1 tackle but can't break the second one. Got away from Sitars, but then 3 more white jerseys converge on him. No gain. 2nd and 10. Under 4 minutes to go now. Handoff, Hampton, big hole. Inside the 25, down to the 22. Gain of 8.
Totino Grace brought an A-gap blitz again, a blitz up the middle, and again it was picked up. Watch him right here. Here comes a linebacker screaming into your zone. He was picked up nicely by the left guard, kicked him out of there. So then once you get past line of scrimmage with that linebacker already leaving that space, it was a pretty nice pickup.
3rd and 2 for Osseo with 3 minutes to go. Hampton lowering his head. See where they spot him. Looks like he's a little bit short of the first down. It'll be 4th down, less than a yard to go.
These 4th down and inches plays are when they typically have called the quarterback Midkey's number on a quarterback sneak, but Totino Grace stopped him earlier in the game on a similar play.
And Osseo will use the timeout.
Osseo fans got all fired up there. They want to be quiet on 4th down and inches.
4th and short, and a big play, to say the very least, for the Osseo Orioles and their 2013 season right here.
I think your best bet is still Colin Medke's number on the quarterback sneak. Now, what the thing he did in the first quarter was he went like kind of 2 gaps over and got tackled by the outside pressure. I think you want to keep up right behind that center and the guard and fall forward, and usually the referee who's spotting the football gives you the benefit of the doubt in that situation. That's why I like to call that play. If you go with the handoff, there's an opportunity for Totino Grace to break through there and get some penetration.
Fourth down, inches to go for Osseo. They trail by 7.
For Osseo, you don't want a false start in this situation. It's the one thing you got to guard against.
Give it to Crew. It's got a first down. Running behind Joshua Riley Phillips, and he gets the first.
Got to give Crew a lot of credit. He got shaken up just about 4 plays ago, comes back into the game, and you know, when you want big yardage in a short yardage situation, you call him the 165-pound tailback because he's as tough as nails running behind his big tight end.
1st and 10 inside the 19. We're down to 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Osseo 2 timeouts remaining, and they're going to use another timeout here. Although this play, at this point in the game, 2:06 to go, you're in. This is it. I mean, this is the series. You're either going to tie the game or your season's going to end.
Well, and obviously, you know, I think Coach Lamker is so concerned about that 4th down play. All of a sudden they get a first down. He makes another play call. And he obviously second-guessed himself when they got up the line of scrimmage, and he said, wait a minute here, I got to waste time out here. He knows it's a waste of time out, but he wants to make the right call. Now, and slow everything down a little bit. The good thing about, you know, not having a timeout down the stretch here, I mean, the reason why he doesn't have to worry about that so much is you have a senior quarterback who's pretty good at kind of calling plays on the go anyways. So that's one benefit that he has, the kind of offense that they play. You don't get to take any timeouts into the winter with you either, so
that's right.
No reason to save him, right?
1st and 10 Osseo. 2:06 to go in the 4th quarter. Handoff, Kruoff finding a little crease, gets close to the 15-yard line. Gain of 3+. It's 2nd down. We're under 2 minutes to go.
A lot of this is going to fall on the front 5 up front and that tight end because they are double teaming the 2 wide receivers to the outside right now. There's nothing to do except for to run that football up the middle. That's where you got the advantage, and that's where you got to win the battle.
And they give it off inside. It looks like there's going to be a big hole there, but it closed in a hurry. Nice tackle by Sitars. Gain down to the 12-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, it's a really good tackle by Sitars, but I want Hampton to try to get away from that a little bit better. I thought Hampton kind of went down a little too easy, though, in that situation, if you're an Osseo fan. But Sitars, again, has showed his ability to make good, solid tackles.
3rd and 3. Give us to Hampton. 1st down and more. Touchdown, Osseo.
Hampton will make me eat my words right there. Not going down easy at all in that play. Now, the gambler and Coach Lamker. He wants to go for 2, John.
Oh.
It's a good thing we're up here in the booth because I don't have the guts to be doing what he's doing down there.
No.
Oh boy, he's doing it.
He is going to go for the win. 1:05 to go.
Yeah, tell the crowd to quiet down. They're on their feet making all kinds of noise. They don't understand. They're too big of basketball fans at Osseo.
34-33. This is it for Osseo, trying to go for the win here in regulation. Medke backs out. 8 seconds on the play clock. They have to take a timeout here, and that's what they do. Elliott Kane, though, will stay on the sideline. They are going to go for 2, Joe.
Yeah, you know, I've been through this philosophy with coaches before. They say, what do you play for? You play for a chance to win. This is a chance to win. Look at that run right there by Hampton. Just a second after I said I thought he went down too easy on the one tackle. Boy, he fights with all the tenacity he has in his body right there. Fights through that one right there, and a great block, too. Nice job by Travis Mullen. If this two-point conversion goes down and Osseo's able to hang on, it's a play that these guys will remember forever. I mean, just these are fun moments right here, John.
So what's your play call? They've done mostly. I kept expecting on that drive, pass, and they kept run. You know, it's tough to get 3 yards.
And inferior opponents all season long, they throw that fade whenever they want to, but I don't do it now. It's too much of a 50-50 play. I think I want to run the football.
(34-33). Here's the two-point conversion. Medkey. Rollout, looking back to his left, throws, it's going to be intercepted.
You know, it's one of those plays where Medkey just expected the tight end to be open. He thought if he rolled to his right there, they'd forget about the tight end. Totino Grace, well coached, didn't fall for it. You know who was open, though, was Connor Kittleson back at the end zone. I mean, Medkey looked too early, too, I think, John. That play works. I've seen that play work a lot, but you really have to roll to your right. I mean, you got to really roll to your right, sell it, and then come back. But even then, they weren't leaving that tight end open. Totino Grace, too well coached, was right there for it.
Darius Rogers with the kick, with the pickoff for Totino Grace. And now, all they have to do is kneel down. Well, no, I think that's the extra point. We got the onside kick coming here. What am I talking about, Joe?
I don't know.
They still got a chance to get the ball back.
I don't know. We got a pooch punt or an onside kick coming here, but Osseo is out of timeouts. Obviously, they used all 3 of them in that possession to score that touchdown. Remember, Osseo earlier in the game faked a point after attempt, too. Gave up a point in that situation.
Stephen Fisher. And it's recovered by Jam at the 49 of Totino Grace. And the Eagles are going to get another shot at Eden Prairie in a week.
Just didn't get that high bounce that you want. So, Coach Lampker correct in the fact that it is difficult to beat Totino Grace twice in 1 year, but Eden Prairie will get a chance to do it next week. Oh, it's heartbreaking.
Sewald will kneel down. We need to do it twice more. There is a flag down.
Yeah, and before anyone goes off criticizing Coach Lampker too much about his decision making in either that play or the fake field goal or fake extra point attempt in the first quarter, just know that Coach Lampker put his team in this position, though. So, I mean, before you get too critical of any decision he made down the stretch there, he's the one that put his team in situation to have a chance to win. He's the one that got his team to the Metrodome, and I'll defend him in that regard. He gets these kids to play hard for him and has built something really special here, and this won't be the last time they make it to the Metrodome. They will. It will be the last time they make it to the Metrodome. They're tearing this thing down, but they'll play in the state quarterfinals again.
Another kneel down for Sewald, and that will be it. What a terrific high school football game tonight. Totino Grace, we talked at halftime, Joe, about the Eagles at that second quarter, especially the turnovers, the penalties, and here they right the ship in the second half. They do enough things well, and they come out on top by a point.
Yeah, as long as I'm giving coaches accolades, let's go Coach Ferguson accolades in that his team was falling apart there in the second quarter, and boy, did he steady the ship at halftime. I don't know what he said or what was talked about, but they came out that second half and looked like a brand new football team. They looked like the Totino Grace Eagles team that we expect to see each and every night. And they fixed what was broken in that second quarter and really played excellent football. And, as much as Osseo feels like they lost this game, it's Totino Grace kind of came out and won this game in the second half.
Final score, Totino Grace 34, Osseo 33. Both teams now 9-2, but it's the Eagles that move on and live to play another day. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap this thing up from All of America Field after this timeout.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
A Brooklyn Park church received some unwelcome visitors this past weekend.
Volunteers really do have their work cut out for them. They'll be inspecting 23,000 residential lots and city boulevards.
The problem began when the railroad decided to increase the train's speed. In the process, they had to raise a portion of the track over here.
Fire crews got a call around 4 Friday morning from a passerby alerting them to a deck fire.
This time, little lob for Winnicky, trying to go up and get it. Touchdown!
Totino Grace has advanced to the semifinals of the Class 6A playoffs. They defeat Osseo tonight 34-33. What an exciting game here at the Metrodome. John Jacobson back with Lance Bannock and Kai Barber. Kai got it done on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. And tell me what it was like to be out on the field for this one.
It was a very exciting game. We just wanted to have fun this game, and that was our motto going into this game, was just to have fun and let it all out there.
You guys had a fumble right at the end of the first half when it looked like you were going in for perhaps a tying score, and you had made some mistakes in that first half. What was the talk at halftime to get you back on track in the second half?
They kept it calm in the locker room. They wanted to keep us focused. You know, we knew we made mistakes, and they knew they didn't want to pound on us some more about our mistakes, so they kind of let it go and just said that, you know, we need to get back to playing Totino Grace football.
You lost to Osseo in the last regular season game. What was different tonight for you guys?
Well, we came out with more emotion, I would say. You know, last game we weren't very passionate about it. They came out with more effort than us, and this game we came out and executed, had fun, showed a little bit more emotion, and I think that helped us a lot.
Osseo goes for it at the end, goes for the win with a minute to go. What was your thought when you're out there watching that?
I knew they were going to go for two, so they've been talking about it a lot, that they go for it on fourth down. So I think we came in prepared that they were going to go for two. And on the sidelines, we were a little nervous, but we knew we could do it.
A week from tonight, another shot at Eden Prairie. What do you expect there?
We expect another fun game. It's two good teams playing, and it's going to be a hard game, another fun game, and hopefully we can come out with another win.
Congratulations on this one, Kai.
Thank you.
Lance Bannock had 3 touchdowns tonight for Totino Grace, and you had 6 touchdowns now in the postseason. Talk about your play on offense the last few games here.
Our line's just doing what we need to do, and we're executing our plays, and I just follow the blocks, and everyone's doing their job, and I'm just getting all the credit, kind of.
You had some turnovers early, but you guys really moved the ball well, especially there in the second half. They weren't able to stop you.
Yeah, we were driving on them, and we just had a couple miscommunications and a couple bad plays, but we came back and we recapped and didn't let it affect us too much, and we did what we had to do to get the win.
What is it like to play in a game like this?
It's awesome, man. Just being able to be in this environment, playing in a dome, and everyone watching, it's awesome, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
How much do you guys enjoy playing in this building? A lot of success for Grace football over the years here.
Yeah, we love it. We call it our home because we're here all the time, and it's awesome just being able to come in here and do what we do and just play Totino Grace football.
All right, Eden Prairie again. You played them in week 3, but didn't have all hands on deck. Not everybody in uniform that night. What do you expect against a great football team here next Friday?
It'll be a battle, man. It's 2 great teams going at it, and we're just going to execute our plays and do what we do and try and get a W.
All right, enjoy the weekend, Lance. Good luck next Friday.
Thank you.
Totino Grace with a hard-fought and exciting win over Osseo here in the 6A quarterfinals. The Orioles end a wonderful season with a 9-2 record. Grace advances now 9-2, and they will take on unbeaten Eden Prairie next Friday at 7 o'clock here at the Metrodome. That will do it for our coverage tonight from Mall of America Field at Metrodome. For Joe Moline and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks for tuning in for our coverage of high school football on 12 Sports.